Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Snorlax, who is a normal type Pokemon, and I feel like Snorlax is one of the ones a lot of people know. Even if you don't know Pokemon all that well, Snorlax is, pretty well known. It kind of looks a little bit like a really chunky fat bear, and I love Snorlax. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I don't know, it's just he's a little sleepy guy, you know? So yeah, he is sort of, imagine a cartoon bear, but then make that bear really round. And instead of being a normal stereotypical bear colour, he's blue. He is like a blue, dark blue, but sort of like slightly greeny tint blue. And if you've ever been to stores that sell Pokemon stuff, you might have seen slippers that look like little bear feet, or like, I don't know, they've just got like little claws on the end of them. Those are Snorlax shoes. Snorlax shoes. Slippers. I don't know. I love them. I would love a pair. I don't have a pair, but I do have a Snorlax plushie because I love Snorlax. The first ever Pokemon plushie I got was a Snorlax. And I was actually at the store to get some books, and I saw him and I picked him up and I took him home. And there was no way you could convince me not to take him home. He was my little guy. And so yeah, I kept him. I bought him. And I still have him now, and that was quite a few years ago. And I've collected a few more since, so I do have an Eevee, and I do have I believe it's a Squirtle. I just have those three at the moment, because I honestly have no more room. I have zero room to put any more Pokemon plushes, but you know, one day I will have a room full of Pokemon plushes. I doubt there will be enough plushes for every single one of them, but I reckon there's going to be a bunch of popular ones. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for the ones I want. I did see a Pikachu. I don't think I'll ever get a Pikachu. Not that I don't like Pikachu, but I don't know. I feel like I just see a lot of Pikachu, and it's like, you know, because of you know, that Pikachu is Ash's Pokemon. It's a very popular Pokemon. Like, you can easily find Pikachu around. So I want to give the other Pokemon a bit more love, you know? I want to make sure they're all getting some love. I did see, I believe, a Charmander one, and I had to choose between Squirtle and Charmander, and that was really, really, really hard. And I can't even tell you why I got Squirtle, because I normally do pick fire types. That's like, looking throughout my choices, fire type is usually the one I do pick, but yeah, if I don't pick fire type, I do end up picking water type. It's very rare for me to pick grass type Pokemon. So yeah, it was definitely hard to pick between the two. But yeah, I ended up picking Squirtle, and then yeah, a little while later I got Eevee. I don't know, I know I'm an adult, and I know some people think it's weird that adults have plushies and teddies and stuff like that, but I've had, there's one I've had since I was born, like, since I was born. I'm never giving that one up, and it's also, quite big. Like, at the moment, I say at the moment, but yeah, like, I've stopped growing. Yeah, since I stopped growing, it comes up to just above my knee. It's a Winnie the Pooh, Pooh Bear? Winnie the Pooh? I've confused myself. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, it's a Winnie the Pooh plush teddy toy thing. And yeah, I've had him forever. And he's in pretty good condition. He's a little bit dirty. I mean, I've had him since I was born, and he has travelled all over the country wherever I've lived. Except for when I moved to uni. He didn't come with me to uni. But yeah, he did spend a little bit of time in my mum's garage, and so yeah, he probably needs a little bit of a bath. And I know he's got a little tiny rip in one of his legs, so gotta stitch that back up, but you know, he's in pretty good condition. But not the point. The point is Snorlax. So yes, Snorlax is a normal type. It's a very sleepy Pokemon. I believe this Pokemon can just fall asleep in the middle of battle, which, yeah, I don't think I'd want a sleepy Snorlax, but, well, for battling, but I would love one for, you know, like, imagine, like, I have a cat, and she comes and has little naps with me, and, you know, she'll spend the night, not every night, not all night, but she'll sleep in my bed with me. In fact, she woke me up at 11 last night. I went to bed pretty early. She woke me up at 11 so she could leave, and then she woke me up at 2 so she could come back in, and then she woke me up at 6 so that I could feed her. So, yeah, look, I feel like a Snorlax might not wake me up, but a Snorlax might just let me sleep all the night through, and be very cuddly and sleepy, and, yeah, I would definitely enjoy it, but Snorlax is also the heaviest normal type Pokemon, so yeah, like I don't know if I want necessarily a full grown Snorlax, because the idea of having one roll over on me in the middle of the night and crushing me in my sleep is not a fun thought. Not a fun thing to experience. But when I saw this Pokemon, I don't know why, but I thought of a restaurant. I guess it's because after I eat like a really good heavy meal, I feel really sleepy. So yeah, I ended up doing a restaurant, and it is in the alleyway of this little town. The rest of the builds are empty, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not do them, but that's because the main focus is the restaurant. You know, that's what people are here for. They're here for the restaurant. I mean, well, that's what Snorlax is here for. So, yeah, when I upload this, definitely feel free to come in and, you know, fill in the apartments and stuff like that with whatever you want if you want. It's not going to be a shell challenge or anything like that, but if you want to, if you want to add some stuff, take some stuff away, change it, whatever, go crazy. I don't know, it's one of those builds where I'm like, I really like it. Like, it was really fun to try and do. I did struggle a little bit with the city, like the exterior bit where you can see like the pathway and whatnot, and putting down, I don't know, like just stuff that you would find on a sidewalk, on a pathway. So, yeah, I don't know. If you have any tips or tricks for doing city scenes like this, please let me know. I am absolutely clueless when it comes to stuff like this, and would absolutely love some guidance on it. Because yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm kind of just having fun with it, you know, making it up as I go along, which is normally what I do, making up everything as I go along, 90% of it. But this one, yeah, it was extra making it up. It was kind of like, I don't know, this brick, that sounds good, looks good, great, next. And I've done a few city scenes, and I would say I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's still a long way off of me being proud of it and being like, yeah, this is good. But it's also not horrendous, so I'll take decent over horrendous any day of the week, because I don't know, it just I don't like doing bad builds, but I also, if I don't do the bad builds, I can't figure out how to get better with them. So that's kind of my whole idea of how, yeah, I wanted it just to be a little city scene, but again, the focus is on the restaurant, and it is a really grungy, dirty restaurant that is known for its food. It's wonderful, fantastic food, terrible service. That's what it's known for. You know, like you're probably gonna get your food a little bit late, but it's gonna taste amazing. You are gonna get a table, it's gonna be dirty, but the food is gonna be amazing. You know, like it's not gonna be dirty. It's just gonna be like an older table. Maybe there's like I think it's a werewolf table. I used one of those so that, yeah, like it's propped up by a book, and there's all mismatching chairs, and there's just rugs everywhere, and there are like dirt patch. I'm gonna say it's dirt on the walls and not mold, because yeah, I don't really want to eat food in a moldy restaurant, but there's lots of dirt everywhere, probably like grease and whatnot in the walls, so yeah, definitely if you are somebody who likes to be in a clean, bougie, nice restaurant, this is not the place for you. But if you want really, really good food and you don't care about the atmosphere, then I 10 out of 10 recommended this place, because the food is amazing. At least I imagine it is. I've never been here, obviously, but yeah, I just imagine this is the type of place that has really good food. So yeah, look, if you're interested in it, definitely give it a go, give it a try. And like I said, yeah, if you want to play around with the city build, definitely feel free to do that. So yeah, there's a bunch of different buildings around, and there's a few of them that I had different ideas for. So the red brick building just behind the one we're working on at the moment, I imagined that that bottom level is actually a store. So that, yeah, if you want to, yeah, this one here, if you want to go shopping or whatever, it's probably going to be like a candy store or something like that, a lolly store, or like an ice cream store, or something sweet treat like that. But this tiny skinny building next to it is the entrance to the floor above it, and also the entrance to this building on the end, because I don't think I put doors on this. I think I was like, nah, you can just go through that building. You know, that skinny building is actually just like an entrance foyer. That's it. That's all that building is. It's not actually a house. But if you want to, like I said, if you want to download it, it does not have to be what I think it is. You know, you can make it whatever you want. If you want to make it separate buildings and you want to make this tiny skinny home, go for it. Like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, we can all have the same shell and do so many different things with it. And that's what I love about this game, is that, yeah, we all can look at the same, you know, box or set of walls and just make anything out of it. And I love that. I think it's brilliant that anything can be made of anything, you know? It's just, I don't know. I find it truly wonderful. So, yeah. If you do end up doing a build like this, definitely, if you end up doing this build, definitely let me know, because I would love to see what you guys end up doing with it. Even if you only do one building, like, if you have an idea for just one of them, that's absolutely a-okay. I don't know, I just really love this sort of building, you know? I think it's really fun, really cool, really interesting. There's so many different things happening. There's so many different lives that would be living here. You know, like, there's a couple of shops here. There's a restaurant in the back alley. There is, there's like so the L-shaped connected buildings that the restaurant is in, which is actually this little building we're working in now, are flat on the ground, but there are two other buildings at the front that are disconnected, and I've risen them up a little bit, and on top of them is a container, like a shipping container for a sort of like a bougie fancy home. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's like the penthouse suite of the apartments, or maybe it's, I don't know, like, maybe there's back alley stairways to get to it or something. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun, and I really wanted to work on that. And I took inspiration, if you saw, I think it might have been yesterday's build, the restaurant that I did quite recently. I think it was yesterday's. I don't know, all these builds bleed into one. It might have been the day before, actually. I think yesterday was the museum. But yeah, anyway, the build that I did in the restaurant was really, really cool, in my opinion, because it was inspired by the build that was on that lot by Eva Rotke, I believe. So yeah, if you saw that, I kind of took that little bit of inspiration of having that little shipping container bit, and putting it on top of these buildings. And again, like, I love taking inspiration from other builders, and this is what I mean by taking inspiration. I mean that I'm not necessarily copying, which I don't want to copy, absolutely, but I'm taking an idea or a concept and making that into something of my own. So yeah, taking the idea of a glass top floor that kind of looks like a shipping container to me, and then just putting it on the top floor. It's as simple as that. Like, that's all I wanted to do, so that's what I ended up doing. Also, when I had a look at the packs used for this build, which will be linked down in the description, all of these Pokemon builds, basically from the start of this year onwards, all my builds have the, what are they called, packs and kits used in the description below. This one does not use a single kit, and it only uses one stuff pack. So yeah, if you are somebody who is a little restricted or doesn't want to buy kits, this one has no kits. And if you are looking for pack restricted, all of the starter Pokemon will be pack restricted. I use a maximum of 4 DLC. I tried to do one of each DLC, but some of them I just use one. There's a couple of them that are just island living, and there are a couple of them that are maybe 2 or 3. But yeah, I think there's a few of them that are just horse ranch. There's also a few just in general that aren't starters that are also pack restricted that were happy little accidents. I am recording all of the builds and all the packs that I've used in them, so I will be able to run a little analysis on it and be able to tell you like what's the average number of packs, how many were pack restricted, although I have to figure out what is defined as pack restricted. Because 1 is definitely pack restricted. I feel like 2, yeah, you could say it's definitely pack restricted. But where do we stop? Where do we draw that line? Let me know down below, what do you consider pack restricted? Because I've kind of considered it, I don't know, definitely less than 10 for sure. Less than 10, if it's over 10, it's not pack restricted anymore. But even 10 feels like too many, like way too many. So I feel like it would be something like maybe 5 or less. But, you know, some people might say, oh, it's 7 or it's 6 or it's 3 or, you know, whatever. So let me know down below, what's your version of pack restricted? Because, I mean, even if you say pack restricted, you could say I'm restricting myself to these packs and it'd be like 25 of them. That's still technically pack restricted if you have restricted yourself. But when I say pack restricted, I mean using a minimal amount of packs. What's the minimal amount that counts as minimal? I hope that made any sense to any of you. So yeah, let me know what's minimal. Because some people might say 1. You know, like if it's pack restricted, you just use 1, which, you know, I've still got a few of those. A lot of them are horse ranch or island living. Don't know why those 2, but apparently I do really well with those 2 in particular. But yeah, look, long story short, there's lots of builds with lots of different mixtures, but my plan is at the end of the day to analyze the likelihood of me using certain packs and kits together, and kind of figuring out if I use horse ranch, what am I likely to use with it? You know, yes, I have horse ranch builds with just horse ranch, but if I were to use horse ranch with something, what is the packs that I would use with it? So yeah, I don't know, it's definitely a curious and interesting thing to investigate. I still have to put a bunch of that information in. My problem is I've got to go back and verify a lot of the lots because I have made a few mistakes and that was before I started recording it. So I'm going to go back and fix it up, look at it properly, make sure everything's right in the video descriptions, because there's a few of them where I forgot one or I called them the wrong thing. I get confused between for rent and growing together for some reason. I think it's because the pictures are very similar. But also, for some reason the Casanova Cave kit and the Secret Sanctuary kit, 2 very different kits, but the pictures, I don't know, the pictures just confuse me. I always used to think that the Casanova Cave kit, the picture was the Secret Sanctuary, and I was wrong, so that's why I have to go back and fix them all. I would say from about 90, I think it's 90 onwards they're all correct. And I have fixed up until maybe 40, so it's between 40 and 90 that I still need to just quickly go back and double check and fix up if there's any wrong. And then I also need to put them into my spreadsheet, and then I need to copy and paste my spreadsheet to the statistical program I'm using to run statistical analyses. And then I also have to remember how to run the analyses, so it's a bit of a lot. It's a lot of a bit, but you know, that's something I definitely want to keep doing. I want to work on, make sure I get right, because I do find statistics like this to be quite interesting and quite fascinating. And I hope you guys do too. Yeah. I just need to go in and fix it all up and sort it all out, and yeah, it's a lot. So if anyone knows how to run statistics or anything like that, please leave me any tips or ideas or things like that I could use to help me run the analyses, because I'm gonna be honest, no idea what I'm doing. Kind of making it up as I go along because I cannot remember how to actually do any. I did years, I don't want to say years, but I did every year at uni, I did a course relating to statistics for my double degree, and I don't remember any of it because it was my least favourite class, to be honest. You know, even the classes that were really, really dry and really, really dense, like, they were less boring than all my statistics classes. I just, like, I love numbers. I love playing around with them. I love having a little bit of fun with them, but I don't like doing it in an educational setting, no thank you. So I didn't remember a word of it. I do have all my old notes, so I could go back and have a look at them, but yeah, am I gonna understand what I wrote down? Probably not. So fingers crossed for that. But anyway, before we head off, I do want to just say I do have a challenge called the A to Z challenge down below. If you want to check it out, please definitely go do that. It's a super fun challenge where each week you get a new letter. You don't have to do every week. And it's build or chaos. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're looking for a challenge. It starts in July, so quite soon. It's got timers and countdowns and hashtags and all that in the link, but yeah. If you want to see more videos like this or hear me ramble more, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.